And in the sprint planning, we can actually break these sprint backlog items, which actually we refer to as user stories. These are user stories, which take a sprint to implement. They can be broken down into smaller items or tasks for the individuals to do. So for example, there could be a task to maybe a task to develop the page for developer. And maybe a day to test the page. We can have some tasks here as well. And theoretically, all of these tasks for the team should add up to the amount that is here, so that all of them can be accomplished within a sprint. And do you guys see one key feature here is that testing is always part of the sprint. There are still many developers who are not understanding this concept. I actually battle with this on a regular basis at my job, where developers say, it's going to take me one sprint to code this, and then after that we can do testing. That's not how Agile or Scrum works. At the end of the sprint, there must be a potentially shippable product. If they wrote the code, but the code has not been tested, it is not potentially shippable, unless they are comfortable shipping the code without testing it, which they shouldn't be. A lot of developers are, but I'm never comfortable doing that. I find bugs even in the best developers' code. And anyway, so if they're comfortable doing that, then fine, they can consider it potentially shippable. Then why am I around? Why is quality assurance even around? Is because we're needed and we find bugs and we make it cleaner. Therefore, by definition, the functionality needs to be tested and approved by QA before it can go to production. So coding and testing and any other activities to finish this task right here must be all within a sprint. That includes moving the code from dev to test to production successfully. If it's not there in production, your sprint is not completed. Your sprint has failed. You're going to need to go back and figure out how you can do that better.